That's gonna be my co-host right there. What's going on, you bunch of nerds? Welcome to Weeaboo Wednesday. And Weeaboo Wednesday is just when I steal anime and Japan-related news stories and bring them into this little video format and present them to you guys as if I did the research and did everything myself. I mean, I kinda do some of it. Either way, welcome to another edition of Weeaboo Wednesday and another edition of me having to sift through a million stories of this has been delayed thanks to the pandemic. The stories and news are incredibly boring, but I find the golden nuggets to bring to you. Today's first story is a bit more somber and serious, but I think it's the most important and most breaking news that I have here. A 42-year-old unemployed man from Saitama has recently been arrested for the 10-month-old crime of the arson attack against Kyoto Animation's first production building in Kyoto. This was a huge deal, and if you're not up to speed, I'll basically describe it as this. A crazy man attacked Kyoto Animation's animation studio, which is pretty easily publicly accessible in Kyoto. Kyoto Animations has worked on a lot of different anime and anime movies. Now, this person set the building on fire, and multiple people were hurt, and several were also killed. It was a huge problem. A lot of people came together to try to help them recover, and that was the nice silver lining of it all, but ultimately it was a terrible crime committed by a sick man. Now, that man has finally been arrested because ultimately he was sent to the hospital after everything because he was injured in the attack. But after they lifted the state of emergency in Japan, they figured it was a good time for them to finally go in and get him. He admitted to everything and even said that he used gasoline in the attack because he thought it would help him kill the most people. So this dude was completely bonkers. Now, Kyoto Animation has basically said they want nothing to do with this guy. They don't want to hear anything from him. They don't want to talk to him. They don't want to know anything this guy talks about or says because nothing he could say, no amount of remorse he could show, nor any excuse he could give for actually what he did would ever lift the terrible feeling of despair that they felt because of that. And it would never bring back, of course, their colleagues who have been killed in this whole terrible attack. And I think that's fine. They don't want to dredge things back up and keep talking about it. They want this one to lay to rest and let it go and get past it. And I think that's a very bold way, but also a very smart way to go about it. And of course, every time I hear about this story, I can't help but say my heart goes out to Kyoto Animation, and I really hope that everything goes well for them in the future and that they never have any problem like this, nor does anybody else have a problem like this ever in the future. And with that out of the way, I did just mention that Japan had lifted their state of emergency, and it's pretty much entirely done. They completely lifted it because previously they had only lifted it in a bunch of other places besides Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, a couple of really heavily populated areas. And I understand the reasoning for that, but they finally just said, you know what, no, let's throw it all to the side right now. So Tokyo is functioning again the way that it was some time ago, and they basically put a new system in place called the Tokyo Alert. Now, the new system is kind of confusing as it is right now. It says something about how if the new cases go above 50, I'm not sure if that threshold's within a day, or if half of the new confirmed cases cannot be traced back to an origin, then restrictions may be applied once again. So they are taking some precaution in following up with this, which is good, but we'll see how effective it is in the future. Now with that though, since they opened up a lot of Japan, the movies opened back up because the box office had taken a severe hit over this time. Now, since they've come back up, Makoto Shinkai's Weathering With You has risen back up to place number 2 in the box office, which is pretty crazy because the only thing that beat it as far as the positioning went was a brand new original movie. So obviously enough, that should take precedent because Weathering With You is very old by now. And these segues are just perfect because now further segueing into something else is that Weathering With You will be coming out very soon on Blu-ray and DVD. On September 15th, they will be releasing the set, and you can finally see it if you missed out on seeing it in the theaters or anything like that. So if you want to see this new movie, then definitely check it out then because it's going to be available for purchase pretty soon. I saw it in the theater. I thought it was a pretty decent movie, but I do still think that Your Name was better, so I don't know. Now, this one doesn't pertain much to me because I'm a man and I don't wear makeup, but there's this really adorable anime makeup commercial in Japan right now, and it's super adorable and kind of nostalgic because it looks like 90s anime, but a bunch of people that have worked on multiple different anime series, people from Penny and Stocking, people from Glepnir, people from Pop Team Epic, a bunch of different people came together. So there's actually a lot of big names working on this from different anime that have already been out, and it's just super adorable. This lady meets up with the Haba Laboratories mascot and just kind of flies around. There's all this magical silliness in it, but it's just super cute, and it's definitely worth mentioning because I wanted people to see it. Now, Anime Expo is one of the biggest anime conventions in the United States, if not the very biggest one. Now, of course, because of the quarantine situation, a lot of conventions have had to completely close themselves off for the year and say, next year will be better. But Anime Expo has decided to announce something new called Anime Expo Lite. Not quite sure what this entails yet because they haven't really released any details, but if it's anything like the previously announced Funimation Con that they said they were going to do online as sort of a digital event, then we're probably expecting a lot of online panels and stuff like that, some video stuff you can tune into and all that. Not quite sure if it's going to be anything in person, because all they've really announced so far is that some of their partners are going to be Viz Media, Crunchyroll, and even Bushiroad, which is really weird because I didn't know Bushiroad had even the slightest presence here in the United States, but I guess it does. Now, part of the reason I brought this little guy out is because he's from Evangelion. This is Sakiel. He is the angel that comes and beats the crap out of Shinji for a little while. I got this in Japan back when I visited in 2017, and I absolutely love this. Sakiel is one of my favorite angels. Now, I've got this little guy here because Hideaki Anno, the father of Evangelion, recently turned 60 years old. Yeah, just last week he turned 60 years old, and he posted on Twitter him doing the Ultraman pose, and he was wearing a custom Ultraman 60 shirt, and he had this hat on, this silly hat that I guess the Studio Kata employees gave him. Super cute, super adorable. He's 60 years old and he's still a big geek, just like all of us. It was cute to see, and I'm just happy to see that he's still doing well, and he seems like he's in a good place right now, because he is working on Ultraman in the same way that he worked on the Godzilla movie, so we might get some crazy, gritty version of Ultraman coming out. But something cute about the fact that he posted all this was that somebody said that when they first took the picture, I guess he put up the wrong arm for the pose, and then he was like, no, don't post that, take that down. I wanna make sure I get the right pose and get the right arm up in the air. So even that little tiny minute detail, he wanted to get right. It just goes to show, deep down, he is a nerd just like all of us, so stop trying to condemn us. Either way, happy birthday, Hideaki Anno. I love you so much. Evangelion has changed my life, and you're a wonderful man. McDonald's has a ramune McShake, and I want to drink it so bad, but I can't be in Japan right now, and they even made a cute little animated commercial, and I just can't be there to drink it, so I'm just gonna go talk about something else, but I wanted to show you this. En En No Shouboutai, otherwise known as Fire Force, is a series that I've talked about quite a bit because I do rather like it. And recently there have been some announcements showing off that the second season is coming very soon, and they finally released a little trailer. Now, in addition to that, they've announced that the premiere will be in July. Not quite exactly what date in July, but it will start up in July, which is great. The second season, of course, has some new cast members, so they revealed a new character, they revealed the voice actors for those characters, and they even revealed the opening and ending songs. Well, sort of. They showed that the new opening song is by someone named Aimer, and it's called Spark Again. I'm not too familiar with this person either way. They also announced that the ending theme, they didn't announce the name of it to my knowledge, but they've said that it's by someone named Cinder Girl. I'm not sure if that's supposed to play to the theming of the show being very fire, but whatever, I'm excited either way. And the music from the first series was awesome, so let's go Fire Force Season 2. I call it Fire Feet. Finally, the last story I'm going to talk about is related to Animal Crossing because everybody and their mom literally have been playing Animal Crossing. But this is really cute, actually. Vogue even did a write-up about this, saying that a bunch of fashion designers are sharing their newer designs via actually putting them in the game for characters to wear in Animal Crossing. Marc Jacobs, Valentino, and Sandy Liang are all designers that have worked on the designs that have been put out on Animal Crossing, and there's 20 outfits in total that you can get via like the QR codes. And some of them are really cute actually, so if you're into that, get some new cool clothes for your character and rock them. Walk that catwalk, walk the runway, be a sexy Animal Crossing boy or girl. And with that, that's pretty much all I had. The news was boring, and I didn't want to make a long video, and I say this every week, so let's just stop talking about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not yet subscribed, because we need to get this love spread out a little more. If you want to further spread the love, go ahead and click the video that I'm going to link right here. That is my most recent Japan video when I went to Sanrio Purorando, and it was super awesome. Very kawaii. Until next time, thank you so much. Figure review on Friday, and I love you. And Sakyo loves you.